So at the end of this project, we should be able to drag an image of a gemstone and drop, submit, and get the prediction. Welcome. In this project, I'm going to use transfer learning techniques to identify gemstones. Actually, there are about 200 gemstones in the world, but I'm going to make use of only 7, and the 7 are amethyst, aquamarine, emerald, opal, ruby, sapphire, and sunstone. I'm going to make use of transfer learning techniques, I've already said. And transfer learning techniques are pre-trained models, models that are trained on millions of images with thousands of labels. And I'm going to make use of these 3, the VGG16, VGA19, and Inception V3. VGA16 and VGA19 were developed by the visual group, during the ImageNet competition, while Inception V3 was developed by Google. I'm going to make use of this model simply to extract the features, and then I will define a new model and then feed in those features and use the new model for the prediction. This project is actually a project I've already implemented. I'm not going to be writing the code in this video, but I will try as much as possible to explain every code so that you can follow along and understand every step I took in the implementation of this project. I'm making use of the Google Colab environment, so I just use this to mount my drive on this notebook. I use this to install the Gradio app. Actually, the Gradio app just provides a user interface so that we can interact with the models. Here I imported all the Python libraries which I needed for the project. Then I got my data from my folder and saved it into this variable called gems folder. Here I decided to just get the number of labels I have. After that, I decided to visualize the amethyst. So I decided to copy the path to this amethyst and then use pil.image.open to actually visualize it. You can see the crystals of the amethyst and it looks really beautiful. So after that, I decided to get the data ready for the model. So I decided to augment the data. The augmentation is more of adding variability to the data, adding some, trying to make the data to kind of resemble real life. Kind of, in real life you will not always find a perfect image. At times you may see images that are squeezed, images that are being shifted to the left or to the right. So that's what I use this data augmentation to do. And thanks to Keras, it provides this image data generator, which provides us with with these options. So I scale the data to be between 0 and 1, and then I specify the share range to be 0.25, zoom range to be 0.2, width shift range to be 0.2, vertical flip to be true, and horizontal flip, so that it will flip it up and flip it down. Then decide to get this from I decided to get the data from the directory, apply all these the augmentation, as well as specify the target size which is 224 by 224. Then the batch size 20. Class mode is categorical because it's a classification problem. Then in total we got about 1796 images, which is really small, but because I just want to implement this project as fast as possible without spending the whole day, that's why I decided to make use of this small data set. Here I just decided to print out the labels, or just print out the labels using this comprehension. I make use of the image data generator to scale down my validation data. there's no need to actually add all those augmentation to this validation data, because validation data is just there for testing the model. I use this just to apply this scaling to the validation data, as well as this one is just to specify the target size, the batch size, and the class mode, just as we did with the train data. So after we have gotten the data ready, it's time to build the model. The first model I'm going to make use of is the VGG16. So this code here is just simply I pass in the shape, the height, the width, and then the channels. This channel, these three just specify that is RGB image, the weight image name, which is the name of the competition. I'm not going to include the top because I'm only going to make use of this model to extract the features and then use the features to feed into a new model, which I'm going to initialize, then I'll make use of the new model in the actual prediction. This for loop here is simply to tell, is simply to not train the layers of this VGG16. So I flatten the layers and then I set the dense layer, and I specify 7 to be the output node, because I want to classify 7 images or 7 gemstones. I use activation function as softmax because it is a multi-class classification. So here I initialize the new model. The input will be the input from the VGG16 model. Then the output will be this output, which I specified here. After I've done this, I decide to visualize the structure of the model using model.summary. So this is how the model looks like. You can see the 7 which I specified there, the dense layer. After that, I decided to specify my optimizer, loss, and metrics. So I use Adam Optimizer. It's really popular, it's the rock star in the world of optimizers. Then I use categorical cross entropy because it's a categorical problem. Then I use accuracy as the metric. After I've done that, I decide to feed the model into the data set. So this is train data, this is validation data. I used 20 as number of epochs. Then step by epoch, I divide the length of the data by 20. Validation step, I use the length of the validation data. After running the 20 epochs, I got training accuracy to be 72%, while the validation accuracy is also 72%. So this is a really good model, doesn't overfit. So I decided to do the same thing with VGG19. VGG19 is just similar to VGG16. So everything is same. Define the input shape, the weight, and then include top equals to false. And then I set the layers to be, I set this not to train the layer or the layers. Then I initialize my new model. I feed into the data. VGG19 gave me an accuracy of 73 on the training data, but 66% on the validation data. So the VGG16 actually performed better than the VGG19. So I decided to make use of Inception v3 to actually see how it's going to perform on the data. So everything is just same with VGG16 and VGG19. So after training the Inception v3, I got training accuracy of 55, which is really poor, and validation accuracy of 45. So Inception v3 really performed poorly on this data set. So comparing the three models, it's very obvious that V16 actually performed better than the rest. So I decided to make use of V16 for from the Gradio user interface, just to play with it a little bit and see how it's going to perform. So I run this cell, run this one, and run this one. Just wait a little bit, it's going to come up. So I dragged the image of Sapphire to see if it's going to actually predict it as Sapphire. Then I submit. Wait, okay, yeah, predicted as Sapphire, so it's correct. Now let's try with Opal. Submit. Let's see. Yeah, predicted it correct. Now let's try with Emerald. You got it wrong. So that's it. I actually expected this to happen because it the accuracy that the model gave me is 72%. So if I run this several times, it's going to give me accurate results 72% of the time and wrong results 28% of the time. So it was actually good given the amount of the data we used. If this data was a bit bigger than this, it means you'll be reaching accuracy of like 90 plus. But since I only made use of this very little data set, it actually gave me an idea of how these models are going to perform if we are actually going to make use of it in in a real life project. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and like the video. See you later.